Track and field dominates in their season opener.
And women's basketball wins 3 straight.
All this and more coming up on the Penguin Rundown. Welcome into the Penguin Rundown. I'm Christina Sanovich alongside Dom Joseph. Dom, it's finals week in our Christmas episode. The semester's wrapping up.
I can't believe how quick this fall semester went. We got the spring semester right around the corner, but I'm going to do everything I can to enjoy this break.
Absolutely. I mean, you and I both have one semester left and we're done. And I mean, that's crazy to think about, but our semester's ending, but some of the sports, their seasons are beginning. And I think you're going to start us with track and field.
Absolutely. Starting the season on a great foot was the YSU track and field team. They made their first impressions known. School records and stellar performances were set from both new names and some fan favorites. Representing Youngstown on the men's side, sophomore pole vaulter Wyatt Lefker set a new school record early. His legacy went down in YSU history as he cleared the 4.85 meter after only 2 attempts. This performance would win him the runner-up spot for his event. Freshman and up-and-coming athlete at YSU, Jakari Lomax, found his way into the record books as well. In his second jump of the icebreaker, Lomax broke the school record for the triple when he hit 14.93 meters. Refusing to quit, Lomax also jumped again to set a brand new YSU record for the triple jump at 15.26 meters. Another notable performance came from Colin Harden, who walked away placing second in the 60-meter hurdles. In shot put, the YSU men's team never disappoints. Senior Dom Westbay finished in first place, with fellow YSU senior Brandon Orlando in a close second. Now the women were led by freshman Jania Bowers and senior Jalea Elliott, who took the top 2 spots in the 60-meter dash. Elliott continued her speed to win the 200-meter dash later in the day. Away from the track and off to pole vault, Aaron Bogard finished with a runner-up placement after clearing the bar at 3.57 meters. Freshman Bogard was followed closely on the scoreboard by junior Caitlin Griffey. In high jump, sophomore Olivia Jones snatched a third-place spot after clearing 1.67 meters. Catch them if you can after winter break as the men and women host the YSU Invitational on January 17th.
This past Monday, our very own Kyle Hedges of the football team was named to the COSITA Academic All-America Division I First Team. The senior safety became the 4th in Youngstown State history to receive this honor and the first since the 2003 season. He was extremely successful in his collegiate career here at YSU, leading the team in nearly every aspect of the safety position. Despite his knee injury that ended his junior season, he concluded his career with 143 tackles, along with 91 solo tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 3 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles, and 3 fumble recoveries. Hedges played 28 games in his 3 seasons with the Gwins and is working towards his master's degree in YSU's Masters of Athletic Training program. We wish Kyle the best of luck as he parts ways with the Gwins. And now it's time to send it over to the roundtable for a recap on our fall semester sports. Kelsey and Abbas, take it away.
Welcome into the roundtable. I'm Kelsey Norris alongside Abbas Braswell. Abbas's semester is wrapping up. How excited are you for winter break?
I am very excited. I'm over classes for right now. Hopefully this can give me a good refresh into next semester. And I know I'm not the only one. I think the athletes around campus are happy as well. They don't have to worry about any classes for about a month, and they can focus strictly on their sport and do the best they can and perform well.
Yes, absolutely. And one of those teams that we're all going to be watching is the men's basketball team. Their record currently sits at 5-5, but they still have a long way to go before conference play. Notable wins are against Robert Morris. We've got Westminster and even the U.S. Virgin Islands All-Star team. What are you thinking about the men's team so far?
I think they're performing really well at this point. 5-5 doesn't say like really well, but I still think they are. They've lost against a top 5 in the country in Louisville, and they've been having performers like Darius Quisenberry and Nas Bohannon step up and almost dominate in the games that they're playing. I think they're doing really well.
Yeah, definitely. One of the names that comes to mind every time is Darius Quisenberry, number 3, always shooting those threes. He's gotten 150 points already in the season, and he started every game. They've had 10 games so far. he's a starter. He scored a game-high 23 points against Robert Morris. And as you said, some more fan favorites, Michael Akuche and Naz Bohannon, have continued to fiercely fight for the YSU pride and for the name, and they continue to lead the Gwins to victory. And up next, they'll be at home against Southeastern Missouri, and we're definitely looking forward to that game on Sunday.
Right, yeah, and the women's team, they're sitting at 5-3. They're coming off of 3 straight wins. They're performing really well at this point. Chelsea Olsen putting the team on her back, taking that leadership role with Mary Dunn getting injured so early in the season. Chelsea Olsen and McKenna Peters have had to step up and take on that leadership role because the roster is so young with all these freshmen.
Yeah, like you said, it's a very young team. Dunn is the program's lone senior, and Olsen and McKenna are the only players with more than 2 years of experience at YSU. And because of that, a lot of freshmen have stepped up. We have Jen Wendler and Maddie Shires, and they were both forced to step up to the challenge, and they've done very well so far. But before her injury, Mary Dunn hit her 1,000th point in her career, and she hasn't been on the court recently, but I'm sure she was very proud of that moment. Right. And up next, again, they'll be away on Sunday, and then they'll be back at home on Wednesday as they take on Lake Erie. Are you enjoying going to some of those games?
I am enjoying. I love good basketball. I'm a very big fan of the women's basketball team. They've been performing well, especially Chelsea Olsen. She goes and gets a bucket, and I like seeing people that do that. So I'm definitely going to try to attend as many games as possible next semester.
Yeah, another last semester I know I attended a lot of the football games, and that was also really fun to watch. I'm a big fan of watching good football. They were 6-6 total. Started out really well, but kind of lost some confidence towards the end. Why do you think? What happened?
I'm not sure what happened, but I guess the teams that they played, they wanted to play just as bad as them. Sometimes that's all it takes is you just wanting to be. You want to play more, and I feel like that's what the other teams have. We're not a bad team at all. I think we have really good players. All the players that got mentioned this season, we had very good teams. I think they just need to learn to play together and just want it more than the other team. I think that's where we fell off the most this season. The last game against Illinois State, them being a very good team, I think playing them and winning that game, I think that gives us a very good confidence boost to end the season. It doesn't make us think and dwell on the rest of the season. I think that gives us a big positive going into next season if they can play well together.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, like you said, it was a very good last victory, a very good way to end the season, 21-3 against Illinois State. And we had Nathan Mays had his moment of fame on ESPN, kind of showing off the Youngstown pride, which was very cool to see. He and Justice Reed were also named Missouri Valley Football Conference Players of the Week, and that was very exciting to see. Another team that's winning a lot of honorable mentions and setting some new records is the swim and dive program. And the men's team just started up again. Last year was in 1930s, I believe, and that's very exciting to see. Who are some of the stars of the swim and dive team?
The men's side, Wilson Cannon and Brandon Cheong. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're both performing really well. They're both freshmen, and they're coming in setting records for a first-time men's team, and they're so young, and they have so much more time in the next couple years to be great. They're already doing well right now. They have nothing but time to practice and do way more over the next couple years.
Yeah, absolutely. And kind of going off of that, the women's side of the swim and dive team, they have competed very well at Niagara and at Magnus. Magnus specifically, we had 9 out of the top 10 finishes, which is very impressive. Some names that we always mention are Adi Aranovich. She's always a name to talk about. She always competes well, wins across the board for butterfly and freestyle. To Fane St. Giles, she's also a very common name that you hear with the swim and dive program, and Aubrey Whitaker. She's a freshman. Another story of a freshman stepping up to the plate and taking on some leadership roles. After that, we also have cross country that's been performing very well this season, and we know that coming up, track and field is also looking forward to starting the semester. What do you think about track and field? Any guesses for what's going to happen this next semester?
I think they're going to perform really well. We always do good in anything that has to do with running, track and field, cross country, indoor, outdoor. They're all very good. I think they're going to be really good this semester, and they did very good over the last semester.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be looking forward to checking in on that. Be sure to check in next semester on track and field and all men's and women's basketball, everything like that. Thanks for tuning in. Christina and Dawn, back to you.
Kelsey and the boss, thank you very much. Men's basketball lost a close win at Western Michigan this past Saturday. The game came down to a last-second layup, which gave the Broncos the lead and the win, 66-64 over the Penguins. Garrett Covington led the way for the Gwins with 13 points, and junior Naz Bohannon recorded his third straight game with double-digit rebounds, with 10 in the game. The loss puts the Gwins at 5-5 overall on the season. Here's what junior Christian Bentley and head coach Jared Calhoun had to say about Saturday's loss.
When we got here, I would say in June, Coach preached about how the last couple of years we haven't been the greatest on defense. So he wanted to really change the things that we do and the culture here and really lock in on defense. So all summer and all preseason we really worked on our defense, and I think that's been what's been holding us up in a lot of games this year.
You know, anytime you don't have the success you want to have, it's a chance to get better and learn. Because I think any road game that we play the rest of the way, we know how difficult it's going to be to win on the road. And we were so close.
The men will take a break as they get ready to host Southeast Missouri State this Sunday, December 15th at home. The game is set to start at 8 p.m. in the Beagley Center. The men's basketball team will play over Christmas break and will start league play in the Horizon League December 28th at IUPUI. The game before that, the Gwins will end non-conference play, facing off against a tough opponent in West Virginia at the Cavelli Center. Good luck over the break for the men's basketball team.
The women's basketball team took part in the second of their 3-game road trip on Saturday. Youngstown State took on the St. Francis Red Flash, a team that YSU defeated at the Beagley Center 1 year ago. Youngstown State would be victorious once again, defeating St. Francis 56-46. Freshman Jen Wendler would score 12 points to lead the team. 3 players would score 11 points, respectively. Juniors Chelsea Olsen and McKenna Peters were 2 of the 3, Olsen edging Peters with 8 rebounds to McKenna's 6. With their third consecutive victory, YSU has a record of 5-3. Here's what head coach John Barnes and Jen Wendler said about the freshmen seeing the court.
Well, I mean, experience is just getting these young players experience. I mean, we're playing so many young players right now. I think I looked out on the floor, and I know there was at least 3 freshmen out there at one time, if not 4. So it's kind of scary in a way, but exciting because we're able to get some wins while these young players are getting a lot of experience. So hopefully that bodes well for the future.
Yeah, I think it definitely starts in practice with like our practice players and Sarah Cash coming in and playing. So like for me to play against her, knowing she was so good last year and all the years before that, I think it's really built up my confidence. So I'm not like scared when I do go against players that are bigger than me, since I am on the smaller side for a post. So.
The third game of the road trip will take place on Sunday as Youngstown State will face the Indiana Hoosiers. Following their contest at Assembly Hall, the team will return home for a 4-game homestand. The team will face the Lake Erie Storm and the Muskingum Fighting Muskies. The last 2 games of the homestand will start their Horizon League schedule. They will face off against the IUPUI Jaguars and the UIC Flames. And now it's time for our performance of the semester. Richie Giuliano, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Well, the fans voted on our social media account, and Chelsea Olsen has won Player of the Semester. Big news coming from the Horizon League as they announced yesterday that Chelsea Olsen is the rebound leader in the Horizon League at this point of the season, as well as being 10th in the country for defensive rebounds per game. Chelsea Olsen has played the most minutes out of any player on the team. She is tremendous from the field, .427 shooting percentage, as well as knocking down 12 threes, and is solid from the charity stripe at 9 for 13. Biggest stat that she has is her rebound. She has 64 total defensive rebounds while averaging 9 rebounds a game. She's the backbone and leader of this offense with 28 assists and a team high of 91 points. As you can see here in her highlights, extra effort, puts it off the glass and in. Let's look again, driving down the left of the lane, scoops it up between 2 defenders, off the rim and in. One more time, we want to congratulate Chelsea Olsen on this year's Player of the Semester. Dom, Christina, back to you guys.
Thanks, Richie, and a huge congratulations again to Chelsea. And that's going to do it for us here at the Penguin Rundown. For news, highlights, and more, be sure to check out ysusports.com and follow us on social media on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter, all at Penguin Rundown 1. I'm Christina Stainovich.
I'm Dom Joseph.
See you next semester, Penguin Nation.